Hello and welcome to another episode of Wisdom to Win. I am your girl, Ray J. Johnson. And today I have with me a reality star. Yes, darlings, I do. This young woman here is a reality TV celebrity. She's also a celebrity amputee. We got to get into that. This is our wealth series. So, we're going to be talking about that and our health series because your health is your wealth and your wealth is your health. And also, she's a writer, a director, a producer. She is the 2022 Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award recipient. And she has so many accolades, it would run past the time for this interview. Let me introduce the some and present to others. Keisha Wanda South Beach Toe Jackson.
I like that one. I like that one.
Listen, girl, welcome. We have
Thank
not
you.
seen each other in so long. The
So
last time
long.
you and I were together, we were working a red carpet event in Atlanta,
Hmm.
and Dallas was with us
Right.
the radio station with me. And gosh, that was what, 2017, maybe 2018?
Hmm.
Oh my gosh, I cannot believe that so much time has gone by. Listen, you have got to tell us a little bit about what's going on with you. But first, let the audience know a little bit about who you are. Tell us about your background, like where are you from, where you grew up, how did you get into the reality situation on TV?
Well, of course, I'm originally from Miami. Grew up, born, raised, all of the above. Um, I've always been talented, always been a visionary, always been crafty. Television was something that I wanted to create, not actually be on. If
Okay.
you kind of follow what I'm saying, I like the production side of things
Yes.
more so in the camera. But at that time, I guess I fit the look for the character on the show, and
Okay.
they ended up choosing me. Didn't know I was going to be on there for 3 seasons. I thought it was a one hit quitter, and they
Uh-huh.
decided to keep me. So, um, and I like that. I said, I like that, being on there, being a reality celebrity. And not only that I was on there as a celebrity, but I, maintained to be around production to learn what they do and how they do it and stuff like that. So I used to always study their background, their history, how they work their cameras. I asked questions. They kind of got tired of me. They were like, "Listen, Wanda, go over there in the trailer and get you some coffee, and you leave us alone. Let us do
Well,
our
listen,
job."
well, let me ask you now. So, before we get into the reality show South Beach Toe, were there other television productions that you were in, or you said you've always been talented and always been doing something in the
Yeah.
creative space, even as a child? What do you remember your first live production, and was South Beach your first television show?
Well, actually, my first live production was actually the play that I've written and I produced.
Oh,
And
okay.
I,
What's the name of
hmm
that? What is the name
it
of
was
that?
called My Pretty Black Child. It was a Black History play. I was in my early 20s. It
Okay.
was a long time ago.
Okay.
My Pretty Black Child was it was about a little girl who grew up with biracial parents. So I created that. I did that play. Did a phenomenal. And technology wasn't like it was back then,
Okay.
but I made it work. I
Yes.
utilized the gifts I had and made it work. And when I tell you, I had a standing ovation.
Now, are you biracial or were you writing about someone else? Was this true to life art imitating life?
I'm not. I mean, I am biracial. I mean,
Okay.
my both of my parents both have both, you know, nationalities. But I was just it's just a storyline that I came up with, and I
Wow.
did
And so you
it.
knew that you were all the stage was where you got your life. That it gave you life. I'm like that too. So I'm using this platform now, right, in a digital age to have this as my stage. So Speaking of giving you life, what is it like in reality TV? Did you have a script? Like when you do a play, you got lines. But when you're on reality TV, how do the producers help to nudge you in a certain direction to get?
Ah,
I mean, because I'm feeling like there's some guidance, but there aren't any necessary lines that you.
technically, and I'm gonna be just straightforward.
Okay,
Technically,
come on with it. Let's get into
reality,
them.
reality means it's real.
Okay.
That's what reality really stands for.
Okay.
But what, and I'm gonna give True TV their props. When True TV had reality shows on it, those weren't real reality shows. Real reality shows starts going into the actuality, meaning it could have actually happened, and you're reenacting what could have happened or has happened. So
Okay.
so True TV vamp their network and say the True TV is not reality but it's actuality. That was their slogan. It's not reality but actuality. So
Mm,
they had to revamp their network because a reality show is supposed to be about something real. Like it happened for real. And
mm,
most shows to be and people have figured it out. Most of them are scripted. It is. I mean,
really.
it
Wow.
is.
I kind of
And
figured
when I
they gave you
and my
guidance, but
but scripted, it depends on how scripted it is.
okay.
Scripted can still mean reality. It just they write their scenarios on how they're gonna, you know, make the storyline make sense. So
Mm-hmm.
just to kind of put that disclaimer out there, because I don't want to burst nobody bubble like it's not real. Oh my God, I
Oh,
was
yes,
just
like they did with me on Soul Train Child. They told me that the people were lip singing and it broke my heart. Like, why did you tell me that?
so a scripted reality show can be still scripted depending on the storyline and the scenario. So
Okay.
so some so if you see most of that reality shows that kind of have to push the issue to make something happen, nine
Mm,
times told those are scripted. If you got stuff that just is more on a we're gonna just let it flow. It's a natural reaction type stuff. Feelings are about. Then 9 out of 10 is not scripted. They just give them a scenario and say, "Well, hey, we finna eat dinner right now, so just flow with it." Type stuff,
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Mhm.
okay, I get it. There is a little bit of a difference there. How lucrative? Yes, I'm asking y'all. I'm gonna ask the question.
Mhm.
When it comes to wealth, because we're talking about this is a business and businesses are in the business of making money. How lucrative was your reality show or is it? Because it is still on, yes?
It's on platforms. It's not.
Okay.
It's not still filming. No, we've been
Okay.
off the air almost 10 years.
Okay. But they're still showing different things, like you said, on various streaming channels and things of that nature. How,
Yeah.
was it something that proved itself for you to be a wealth builder?
Coming from South Beach, though.
Yes.
To be honest, the only thing I got out of it, to be honest with you, is the fame.
Was the fame.
The fame.
So it was
Yeah.
the celebrity part, not so much the financial part. But you did get paid. Did you?
You know what? If I was to put that open on a
Okay.
I
Okay.
know they gonna come after me, but
No,
just
oh, we
know.
don't want that. It's just that, like when, let's just say the station Bravo
Hmm.
and all of the franchises that this particular St. Louisan
Hmm.
has going on. And the women on there, they make a substantial amount of income. So you kind of are like the OG of reality TV before it got to that level. So
Right.
where did your wealth build income. It helped you with your celebrity. So were you able to leverage your celebrity to help build platforms for you to gain financial?
Yeah, the good thing that came out, the only thing I'm gonna say, something good did come out of it. You know, residual, no, that didn't come out of it.
Oh wow.
Um, Money, no, no. But when it came to the status of the celebrity status, I maintained because of that name.
Mm-hmm.
I have been able to keep my name alive because
Okay.
so many, yeah. So I had, so it's actually is up to us individually, the cast members,
Mm-hmm.
to really put ourselves out there.
Okay.
Because if South Beach Toe was still on, I mean, we would have been relevant. We would have been, I can't even walk to the corner without somebody recognizing me.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody has to be a really true diehard South Beach Toe old school fan to really point me out and be like, you look so familiar. People have said
Uh-huh.
my voice look familiar, my walk look familiar, my tattoos look familiar, all down to my butt look familiar. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. What was it like
So
being a female in that industry, though? Even though it was reality TV for what True TV brought about, we give them a shout out because they did the thing to lay the groundwork, the foundation, the
yeah,
trailblazer
they laid
for
the
that.
foundation. I'm
They
excited
really
that they
did.
did. I
What
took
was
it
it
upon
like to be a
myself.
woman in that? Because it was mainly guys that did a lot of well, South Beach Toe, for those of you that are listening or watching and don't know, is a show about people having their vehicles repossessed and
Yeah.
the exploits and situationships that they get in with the owners of the vehicle, relinquishing those vehicle under distress. So it was something else, and everybody's story every day it was something different. It wasn't just an easy peasy go pick this thing up.
Right.
So with you being the only woman, I should say, was there a difference in how you were treated when you went out, or did you always go with someone on the show? How was
Well,
how was
what
security, I guess is what I want to know.
so just to implement on that. So Bernice, I'm sorry. So Bernice was the one that actually went out and did the guy the dark skinned
Yes.
girl with the, okay, so she did the towing.
Okay.
Where I came in is that me and Jay Money
Yeah.
had a relationship.
Oh,
So I didn't do the towing, but
okay.
I did I was what they did have me in one episode where I did steal his truck.
Okay.
So I did get a chance to actually drive the tow
Okay.
truck. But
Okay.
I had to I had to jump in the truck and haul tail on camera with his tow truck. And
Yeah, y'all
yeah,
hear this. Y'all hear this. And those on YouTube, y'all see this, right? Okay.
so yeah. So, but
My
yeah,
goodness.
she was. So it was her. So the only women that was really on there was Christy, Bernice, and me.
Okay.
And well, me as the main, and then you had the stalker, you had the animal control lady, and then those were like they popped in once in a while, because that was his stalker, and that was it. That was it.
Okay. Did you audition for this, or was it because you were
I
connected?
did.
You
I
did. You
did.
auditioned for this. Did you think you had it when you first auditioned, or what were your thoughts?
I was the last person to audition.
Oh, wow. How many people? How many people did you beat out for this
I have
role?
no idea. I
Really?
got the assignment that that early that day. They told me to be there before 6 o'clock that evening. I was there at 5 something. Walked in the door, gave it my all, shocked them, left. They got a phone. I got a phone call. They was like, you gonna be on the show. I was like, okay. I thought I was gonna be on there one time. They like, oh no, we gonna keep you. I was like,
Oh,
oh,
wow.
okay.
And where was it filmed at?
South Beach,
Okay. South Beach, for those
Miami, Florida.
in Miami, Florida. Just want, everybody may not know. So listen, let's before we get into some more questions, because I want to get to how you progressed and your health started to decline. I just want to thank our sponsors. We want to thank those of you that know that I am an affiliate marketer for the product Frequence. Frequence is something that will help you if you've got brain fog, if you're tired, if you go into a room and have no idea what you went in there for, if you are not sleeping well. It's about raising your vibration and having frequencies that is infused into a product that tastes just like sweet peach tea. If you want to know more about it, the link is in the description beyond this video. Also, anybody out there that's looking for accountability and you need a coach, it's your girl Ray J. It's me. I'm an accountability coach, your life matchmaker, your partner in transition. If you're interested in talking with me to see if I can help you be a better version of yourselves, especially if you are women who have now been divorced and you're in your 50s and life is just not what you thought it would be at this point, let's have a conversation. You can get in touch with me and jump on my Calendly. That link is also beyond this video. And one more thing. For those of you that may want to be an entrepreneur, maybe you're at the retirement age or you've retired, but you've got so much left to give, there is something I can help you do to market your business, and it's the Home Business Academy. So I want to thank all of our sponsors. That link is also going to be in the description box, and we're going to return now back to talking with Wanda. So listen, Wanda, your health started to decline.
Yes, ma'am.
What in the world happened? How? Because when we saw you in Atlanta, just vibrant, bubbly, all over the place. And then I found out through social media that you ended up with, was it type 2 diabetes?
Well, I had been had diabetes for
Okay.
years since I was in my early 20s when I
Okay.
had my daughter. But I ended up on dialysis, and how I ended up with that is I had I was already obese. That's number one. I had diabetes at that time because I'm not
Mhm.
diabetic anymore.
Okay.
Um,
Praise God.
been diabetic free for about 5 years now.
Yay.
So so I had that going on. So and then I mean I wasn't eating right and whatever. And then I had my foot at that time, same time, all in one. My foot, my left foot started
Mhm.
giving me problems,
Okay.
and it was getting infected. So with the infection, I contracted two infections.
Mm.
C. diff, right? And I had the foot infection. Both of them, my body became septic to it, so it got in my bloodstream.
Oh no.
And that's my husband was getting ready to plan my funeral in 2019. Yeah, yep. So I had to end up on dialysis. Dialysis saved me. Dialysis, what I'm gonna tell you, they had to put me on dialysis, and I've told my testimony so many times on so many radio stations and everything of how God visited me in the hospital room while I was in the hospital because technically I gave up.
Mm.
I did. I gave up. I was ready to go. I was ready because when they told me that my kidneys were completely shot and they had to stick a line down my chest into my kidney because they noticed that I wasn't urinating in
Mm.
for 2 days.
Mhm.
I went in the hospital for my foot. I did. I went in there for my foot and ended up it was a whole bunch whatever. But
Mhm.
they told me I was in critical condition.
Mm.
That even the doctor came and said, "Did you remember kicking me?" I said, "No, I don't remember kicking you." But I kicked the doctor. They said I was in so much pain, I ended up kicking the doctor.
Oh my
So
gosh.
yeah, so I ended up on dialysis. So I was diagnosed with charcoal neuropathy in March
Mm.
for my foot. They had me on antibiotics and everything. The hospital misdiagnosed me. So by the time they caught it in March, it was too late. They could not save my foot, and they had to end up telling me that the foot have to go through a process. So now I had to get a special boot made to walk, and this is way before my amputation.
I
So I
saw
had to,
that. I saw
yeah.
that
So I
you had a
had to,
boot. Okay.
so I had to walk with this special boot.
Mm-hmm.
I was paralyzed without it. So I had to walk with this special boot. I had to take a bath with this boot. I had to get in the pool with this boot. This boot had to stay on my foot.
Wow.
So so I did that, and I just, I I just went through so much in 2019. That was in March. They misdiagnosed me. The hospital did. They couldn't save the foot. Then get contracted two bacterial viruses that tried to take me out in less than 24 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, less than actually I had the virus because of the symptoms that I
Mm-hmm.
thought I was the flu. They were flu-like symptoms, but when it really got to a point where it was getting ready to shut down everything in my body because it was shutting down my organs, it was less than 24 hours. Less. So I told my husband I was up all night throwing up, couldn't sleep.
Mm,
While my
mm,
husband was
mm.
sleeping, I was up. The dog stayed up with me. And I told myself, I said, I'm gonna need to go to the hospital. Woke my husband up. I said, listen, call 911. Tell him to take me to the hospital. He said, I'll take you. I said, me and him went back and forth. I said, no, because if something go wrong,
Mm-hmm.
I need somebody to resuscitate me. So I told him, please call 911. The 911 came. They wanted to take me to the hospital that misdiagnosed me. I told them no. You're going to take me all the way to Emory, okay? 45, 50 minutes away. I don't care. Take me there,
Mm-hmm.
okay? They ain't want to take. I said, I don't care. If something happened, you guys are equipped to resuscitate me, but just take me to Emory. So they ended up into rush hour traffic, taking me to Emory.
Mm,
Emory actually had a room ready for me when I got there. I
mm.
mean, ready for me and all. Took me
Well,
straight to
shout
the
out to
back.
Emory Hospital saving your
Right.
life.
Went straight there. They tried to figure out what was going on. They assessed me or whatever. They gave me medication, whatever. And I know that they came to me and asked me, did I have gallstones? I said, I don't know about no gallstones. They say something ain't right. You're not urinating, and they found out. And I remember the day they had to put that line. That was the most scariest thing I've ever, ever,
Mm,
ever, ever had to go through for them to be awake to watch them
mm-hmm.
cut my chest open to put a straw about 6 feet long and down my body, and I felt it.
Oh my God. If I had on pearls, I'd be clutching them right now.
Right, I felt it. I could
Oh
feel
my
it. I'm
God.
like, oh my goodness. So to watch that happen, and they had to give me dialysis treatments. Then they had to keep the catheter there. So I had to wear that catheter for about 2 years
Wow.
before I actually got one permanently in my arm. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so and then I remember telling my family, I said, I'm really fighting for my life right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I gave up. I did. My husband was calling me for bills, and the light bill is due. And I said, listen, when I die, them bills still gonna be there. So I don't want to hear it.
Wow, I
I
understand.
don't want to hear it.
I
And I was in
understand.
the so God, I'm gonna tell you, God came and visited me. He did, and I'm gonna tell you how he talked to me, because I believe God talked to everybody differently. The way that you can understand, the way he talked to me, that's the way I can understand it. And I was laying in the bed, and he came. He was on my left side. I can't see his face, but his image was right there. Okay, I don't know how his face looked, but his image was right there. And he's called my name. He said, Keesha. So that's my first name. He said, Keesha. He said, what are you doing? I did not bring you this far for you to give up. That's all he said.
Mm,
He ain't say nothing else. He ain't preach. He ain't do nothing else. He ain't tell me what to do. He ain't tell me to pray. He said I did not. All he did was came and gave me a message. That's it.
Mm.
And I thought about it. I said, you know what? I say I got to get out this hospital. I said I got to get out this hospital. I went and took a shower. Them nurses ran in that room so fast. Say, Miss Jackson, why are you? What are you doing? I said, I'm ready to go home. They was like, well, you can't go home right now. But I said, well, I'm taking a shower. I'm ready to go home. So I took my shower. I told my family members. I said, listen, I got to get out of here. I'm ready to go home.
Mhm.
I started walking around and because dialysis takes a lot out of you.
Mhm.
It does. It takes a lot out of you. It's painful. It takes a lot. So I have to like suck it up and be strong. And I walked out that hospital in 7 days.
Wow. And how long did they initially think you would be there?
They told me I wasn't coming out of there.
They told that you wasn't walking out of there. They was going to be taking you out of there.
Yep.
Look at that. My goodness. So, how are you using your platform as an amputee now? How are you using your platform to get the word out? What's the new project that you got going on?
Well, listen, it's funny you asked that because 2024 has been an eye opener for me in my calling and my purpose. What am I called to do? What is my purpose here? You know, and I wrote a book that I'm getting ready to release. It's called Use the Voice God Gave You. So everybody has a voice. Everybody has a voice. And your voice is your testimony. Your voice is your platform. Your voice
Mm-hmm.
is your strength. Your voice is your eye contact. That's your voice. God wants you to utilize your voice to get the word, not only the word, to tell your story. Somebody needs to hear it.
Mm.
It's a must. It's an urgency. It's a 911 because, and I'm very biblical. I always put God first in everything I do. And I know that God is not here in flesh, He's here in spirit, you know, but He needs us beings in flesh to help Him carry out
The
what He
mission.
can't do.
The
You understand what
mission.
I'm saying?
Yes.
He's going to carry us on the spiritual side, the back
Mm-hmm.
end. But when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to the physical side, that's where we as human beings come in at. So now it's us to connect with God to finish the work, to figure out what we need to do. So I always tell people, I tell my family, whatever you go through, you're not going through it for yourself. You're going through it to help somebody else.
Yes, absolutely.
I went through my amputation to help somebody else. I went through kidney failure to help somebody else. And what makes me different from other people is that it's transparency. I don't look like what I go through.
Mm-hmm.
I go through a lot behind closed doors, beyond the makeup, the weight loss, the good looks. I go through a lot. I cry. I'm in pain. I'm hitting walls. I'm slamming doors. I'm doing all of the above. Sometimes I be about to jump off the roof. But at the end of the day, when I walk past someone, they can't tell I'm an amputee. They don't know I'm on dialysis unless they pay attention to my arm. For those who know it officially is. And
Mm-hmm.
I began to talk to people and open my mouth and use the instrument he gave me. And I even if it's just a soft, how are you? How are you doing? How is your day? You know, sometimes the tonality of the voice will draw people in, and
Mm-hmm.
that would be your door
Absolutely.
opener right there. So I,
Absolutely.
you know, I I utilize my platform. Try to utilize everything possible to
Mm-hmm.
get the word across, because it's a lot of all of us is doing the same thing.
Yeah.
But I always tell my clients and associates and people, what makes you different? What makes you stand out versus everybody else? What makes you different? You have to put a spin on your own thing. Although we're doing the same thing,
Right. Right.
what can signify the difference between everybody's things, even though it's the same thing.
The uniqueness about you
The
that's,
unique,
keeps
you
you
know.
standing out. Yes.
So what I did, I say, well, I'm gonna take the gifts, which I'm gonna call my ailments my gifts. I'm gonna take that and
Mm,
I'm gonna use it as my purpose, and I'm
mm-hmm.
going to go above and beyond to do things such as boxing. I've always wanted to box. I've always wanted to put on a pair of boxing gloves and get in a ring. So
Mm-hmm.
who has never seen a boxing amputee? I haven't. I've seen ones that do track, but I've never seen an amputee in a ring. So
Oh,
guess what?
wow.
Huh? I'm gonna do that. You know what I mean?
And you
So
guys have heard it first. Oh my gosh.
y'all don't be taking my idea. I'm doing it first.
Nope, it's already marked. It belongs to Keesha Wanda Southeast Toe Jackson.
Yeah. So I just wanted, I started just wanted to do, I wanted to be normal just like everybody. I look at myself as a normal person. Only difference is
Yeah,
I could take my leg off, you guys can't. That's the only
right,
difference. But
right.
I want to box. I want to do some other things. I started embracing myself more, worrying about myself more. You know, people, I get a lot of stares. They look me up and down. They're like, oh my God, I didn't know she had a prosthetic. I walk just like I'm walking like a normal person,
Yeah.
a crowd of people, and they'll be like, girl, you look good. But when they look down and see a metal leg, and they're like, what?
Especially
But she
those of
don't.
us that knew you from before. So
Right.
if they're not following you, as a matter of fact, let's get the people to start following you. Give us your social media handles. How can people reach out to you? And is your book available? If so, where? If not yet, where's the pre-sale at?
Okay, so the book is not available yet. But you guys can follow me on social media, and then I will place all information on there. So my Instagram is Wanda underscore South Beach Toe. That's my main social media go to,
Okay.
because for a lot of my business purposes,
Mm-hmm.
and just inbox me from there and things of that nature, or just follow me, and then when I post the pre-sales and everything, you guys will get it. And
Okay.
then my website too, www.keisha with two e's jproductions.com. You can
Okay,
go
and we're
there.
going to have those, we're going to have that information, those links in the description box for you guys. So you come to the YouTube channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, make sure you got the notification bell on so that whenever I go live, which is going to be every Thursday, you guys will get a chance to know what's coming up. And before I let you go, there was something that I got. Last week. And it put me in the mindset of you. And I wanted to give you this message. And then I'm going to let you in by giving us a wisdom nugget for everyone. But this is for you.
Okay.
This is from me to you. And it says, don't ever lose sight of the wonderful person you are. Life can be a disappointment. And it sometimes can do things that happen to you that you didn't even expect or deserve. But I know the amazing person you are, the beautiful dreams you have, and the wonderful gifts you possess. Thank you so much for being in our life, especially today on the Wisdom to Win podcast. I want to ask you, give you the last say so. Please tell us what Wisdom to Win nugget can you share with our listeners and our viewers before we go?
Okay, that's a good one. Let's see. What can I give you? Actually, I've already said it. Use the voice God gave you. And that's for everybody from the age of 0 to 200. Use the voice God gave you. You will never know how powerful you are if you do not open up your mouth and talk. So,
Well,
hmm.
there you go. You have it right there, everybody. Listen, I want to thank you so much for being a part of this today. I love you to life, and
Thank you.
we're gonna see you on the other side in the next episode of the Wisdom to Win podcast. I'm Ray J, and I'll see you then.